Say hi.
Hi.
Uh-oh, I don't see anybody on here. That's not good. Help. Yay, Deb's on. Whew. Hello. How's your day?
Good.
What? I'm putting my Stampin' lips on.
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
Nothing.
It's Shelly.
Hi, Shelly.
Okay, you're being weird.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's been a stressful day.
I'm sorry. I'm live though. I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Go for a run.
I think I'm gonna take a couple days off for finals.
Okay, sounds good. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh my gosh. So, welcome everyone. Whenever I go live, like my whole world blows up. I've had a couple of phone calls today, but my phone has been ringing off the hook. A lady stopped by my house. Both of my kids need something, and my messages are dinging all over the place. So, all right, let's see. I think I just got a message from someone saying they couldn't find me. I put the web address in everything, so you should be able to click on that to get to me. Let me see if I can quick answer this. Not now. Continue. Get started. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, guys. So, welcome. I hope you are ready for some stamping today. I've got several projects planned, and actually I might need to grab paper for one more just because I was trying to get it going while we were while everybody needed something right before. Okay, I'm just popping onto my thing to make sure I got the right thing. Seriously. I'm popping onto my thing to make sure I have the right thing. Okay. So I hope you guys are excited to be stamping today and you're ready for some fun. I've got all kinds of fun stuff to share with you today. I've got some I personally think some really wonderful projects. I've got some prizes to give away. I've got some fun announcements to share with you. So much fun stuff is going on, and I hope you're ready. So first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm always so happy to be stamping with you, and I hope you like to stamp with me too. First of all, did you know today is the very last day of the catalog? Like, this is it. There are some amazing deals, and I hope that you've taken a moment to snap them up because they're pretty awesome. So today's the last day, and I have loved this. Look at my catalog. It's like, I use two catalogs. I have one at my stamping table and one at my computer, and this one is pretty beat up, so I'm kind of excited. It all started when I dropped it in the water while getting a pedicure about a year ago. So I think that's really funny. I had such a like horrified gasp when that happened, and I don't think the people there understood, because no one really understands if they're not like part of the stamping world. Like, they don't get how important it is to have a fantastic catalog. I mean, it's really like, people just don't get it. So look I've got my new catalog. I've got my tabs marked for tomorrow. I can't wait to order it. Now, just as a disclaimer, be aware that their ordering will be off completely, so they can get all of the new catalog stuff uploaded and everything. So don't stay up late thinking you're going to order at midnight Stampin' Up time, because it's not how it works. It's going to be at noon tomorrow is when ordering will start. So that's when it will be up. So just be aware of that. I know one time I stayed up late and was kind of confused when the ordering never came up. Like, what is going on? Like, doesn't Stampin' Up realize the sacrifice I'm making to my sleep schedule to be up here? And they don't care, actually. Well, I shouldn't say they don't care, but it did not faze them. So at any rate, just be aware of that. Oh my gosh, you dumped your Diet Coke on your catalog 3 months ago. Yeah, it's just kind of one of those crazy things that happen. So, and yes, thank you, Fran. It is noon Mountain Time, or as I like to refer to it, Stampin' Up time. So, Sandy says, you're surprised I don't have my catalog spiral bound. It makes it really nice. You know what? I've never liked having a spiral bound catalog. They gave it to us like that one year, and I don't actually appreciate it. So I think it's fine. Beth, the PDF version will be available tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll post it in the morning. I think that's fine. So, yep, tomorrow it will be available. If you have ordered catalogs, or if you requested your catalog from me, I sent you an email, and I have mailed out several rounds of catalogs now. The most recent went out Saturday. So if you didn't get your catalog yet, hopefully you'll either get it today or tomorrow. And if you want a catalog but haven't gotten a catalog yet, please email me. So just email me to get yours. I do request that you have that you're a customer. If you have a demonstrator, you should request a catalog from your demonstrator, okay? So, I know, I love looking at the catalog pages too. It's just not the same online. It's just so nice. Okay, so today we have, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff going on. So I've got a couple of really fun events coming up. The first of which actually kind of kicks off today, but it will be going on for the next at least week, probably actually a little longer than that. And that is my new catalog kickoff. It's going to be a party. I'm very excited about this. It is going to be June 3rd through the 10th. So technically it starts today. And what it's going to entail is we will have tons of projects posted. There will be 2 Facebook Lives, and the projects will only be found on this catalog kickoff Facebook group. There will be over $500, that's right, dollars in prizes given away. You will get a gift if you register, no matter where you are in this world. You will also have access to all kinds of exclusive content and special perks and all kinds of goodies that are going to be posted in there, including discounts on things like ordering, classes, and more. So I will have all kinds of really cool stuff on there. The cost is $10, but it's completely refundable if you place an order through my online store using the host code that I'll have in there. And even if you don't order, you're going to get a gift, and it is a catalog merchandise gift. So it's, you'd be crazy not to do it. Whether you're a demonstrator or a customer or abroad, it does not matter. You can join the fun, and it will so be worth your while. I also requested you to register with your address so that if you win a prize, I can just mail it right out to you and you don't have to fuss with that, which will make it a little bit easier for everybody also. If you are on my team of demonstrators, you get to be, you are invited to participate for free. So that's another perk that you guys get from me. It will, the registration will be posted on my website, but it is on a Facebook group. So there's a special Facebook group. And yes, Anna, I will be emailing all of the information out. In fact, I just finished the registration, right before I went live. And Shelly, no, you're not the only one who's going to be on there. So whenever you create a Facebook group, you have to put people in it. It makes you put people in the group. And so I always put some of my assistants in there right away so that they can just be my guinea pigs. So that's funny. So Shelly's in there right now. Okay. Actually, I think Shelly pops up as like the first person that is recommended in the group or something for some reason. So you must be in a lot of the groups I have, Shelly. That's probably why. You and Kelly. That cracks me up. Okay. M. Kelly, as my son calls her. So it's really going to be a fun event. We're going to have a pajama party because we did that so if you did my celebration, that was one of the things we did was a pajama party, and it was kind of fun. So I thought we would do that again. I might not need my fuzzy slippers this time because it's a little warmer out, which is nice. So that'll be good. All right. So that, like I said, that is actually I technically get started tonight, but you can join anytime. And the content will be there forever, so you can verify it. I do believe actually in the description of this video, I have a link to sign up. So you should be able to register from the link that's in the description of the video you are watching right now. And if you're on my email list, that information will go out to you in the morning. So you can watch for that as well. And I'll be posting it. I'll post it here on my page and all of that good stuff. So, and it was super fun, wasn't it, Judy? We had a good time. I loved it. So if you're on my team, I posted the registration right before I went live here on our team page. So you can check that out. If you are anywhere else, I believe the registration is in my video description right now. Otherwise I will be posting about it, this evening. Okay, I also have product shares available, and if you want to get in the first round, I will be placing my order tomorrow, so make sure you get registered right away. I think there's a link to that as well in the description of this video. Those shares are a great way to get a sample of everything that's in the new catalog without spending a gazillion dollars, and I have lots of different options to choose from. There's an I want it all option. You can do it all at once. You can spread the payments over 3 months. It's up to you. I have a ribbon share, a printed paper share, and an accessory share. So there's lots of fabulous goodies that are coming your way. So I think it's really well worth it to be part of that. I will also be having an in color club, and what I really like about this in color club is that it's really flexible. So what we will do is we will have it's a 4-month commitment. I can't remember. June, July, August, September, October. 5 months. Sorry. 5 months. And each month we will focus on one of the in colors. And so we'll talk about color combinations that work well with it. Of course, in colors, but of course regular Stampin' Up! Colors are in combination as well, but we'll focus on each of those in colors each month. You have to spend $50 each month to be a part of it, but you can purchase whatever you want. So I know some people do clubs where they make you get certain things and whatnot, and that is an option that I don't like, just because I like it to be flexible for whatever you want. We'll have special projects and Facebook Lives that go together, and there will be all kinds of things that go along with that. Color combinations, prizes, gifts. You will, for being a member, you get goodies, so that's awesome. I just saw a message that somebody's asking if there's a promo code to register, and the answer to that is no. That is not, there is not a promo code to register, so don't worry about that. Let's see. So Color Club. So that's going to start in June, which I realize it's June now. All of this information is going to be in my newsletter, which goes out tomorrow. So you'll see all of it. Okay. And then the other thing I want to mention is if you're writing out your wish list, or if your catalog has this many tabs on it, like mine does, you might consider becoming a discount shopper. It is an awesome deal to be a discount shopper with Stampin' Up. They give you so many awesome perks, and of course, being a part of my team is pretty awesome too. I do lots and lots of goodies for my customers, for my team members. Of course, my customers too, but there are so many good reasons to be a discount shopper with Stampin' Up. First of all, the best part is that you get a discount on your supplies, and that is personally why I joined Stampin' Up over 20 years ago. I just wanted, actually all I wanted was the kit. And as it turns out, I've gone on to sell over $1 million in Stampin' Up products since then. I can't even believe that. But it's a really great deal. So I highly recommend you think about that. There's more information about joining my team on my website. You can look at that and let me know what questions you have. I'm happy to answer them. But I think lots of people will tell you that it is just the most amazing thing to be a part of Stampin' Up. There's so much more than just stamping, I think, personally. So we have a really wonderful team of demonstrators too. It's a whole community that we are a part of, and I have to say that our group of A Little Piece of Art Stampers, that's the name of my group, or as we like to call them, A Little Piece of Art Stampers, is pretty awesome. That happened so A Little Piece of Art Stampers, when you push all those letters together like in a web address, it looks like a little piece of fart stampers. So we kind of lovingly refer to one another as that, although that's totally inappropriate. But it's kind of funny too. Anyway, it is so much fun. And actually right now, this is really exciting. We have, every quarter we do a big event on a Saturday, and our next event is coming up here in a couple weeks, and it is like the best ever. I have so many fun things planned. I can't wait for you guys. But our event is actually going to include some fun stuff before the meeting too, so I really am excited about it. All right, enough about all of that. And like I said, if you're on my mailing list, all of this information will come out to you in the morning. Okay, now one last reminder on the big catalog. It finishes up today, so if there's anything else that you wanted to get from our annual catalog this year, make sure you get your orders in right away. I have a really wonderful promotion going on that you'll get a grab bag gift from me if you spend at least $50, and that started, I think, on May 24th. I'd have to go back and look, but it goes from May until today. So if you want to get in on that, there's still a little time, and I've got lots of goodies to give away. I'm cleaning out, so I can't wait. And then also, the May host code will work until tomorrow. I'll have a new host code up for tomorrow. So check back on my blog. I always have my information and everything there. Jackie, where do you send your display cards? You know what? That's a question for our team page, if you don't mind, because that doesn't have anything to do with this video right now. So if you could, you can post it in our team page. Okay, guys. Let's see. Diane, yes, is the answer to that question. I think so. Yes. Now, I will tell you, there's a couple of things that I definitely would recommend if you haven't purchased that you would get before. And the first one is, it's actually not the stamp set, it's the framelits, but I'm just holding this because it's good visual. the large letter framelits. The stamp set is nice if you want it, but the framelits I think are more important. If you have not gotten those, they are 30% off right now, which is amazing. 30% off. And they are being retired. There will be a new alphabet in the catalog, but it's completely different. I can attest, as both a stamper and a parent, I have used these for a lot of things. Most recently, I made this card on my Simple to Stunning Sunday. Did you guys see this? And check this part out. Here's where the alphabet comes from. Wah! There it is. So that says congrats, because I know it's backwards right now. But that uses that alphabet, which I think is amazing. We've used it on many a school project. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I know. I can't believe that that alphabet is retiring either. And I saw somebody ordered theirs full price last week, and I'm so sorry about that. We had no idea the sale was even coming, so it was kind of a crazy announcement when that happened. In fact, that sort of took several hours of my day to get the word out and everything. So I know that happens sometimes, but it is what it is, and I'm so sorry. Okay, next up, so the letters to you are one that I recommend, along with the falling flowers and the coordinating framelits. The framelits are on the sale price list. So there's a bunch of fabulous goodies on that sale list, as well as this next one that I'm going to show you. We're going to make a card from the floral frame. Sorry, I don't have it handy. The floral frame stamp set and foliage frame framelits. It's a mouthful. Okay, so anyway, next I have some prizes to give away. So I'm going to actually flip my camera around here. And then I have some really cool things to share with you that I've gotten in the mail. It's been a little while. I didn't get a chance. Last week was kind of a crazy week. I had 2 classes go out. I mailed the new catalogs, and there was something else that happened all in 1 week. That was a lot, but we got it done. And then we went to something called drunk brunch on Saturday. It really wasn't drunk brunch because we had 4 children in tow, but my assistant and I went to drunk brunch on Saturday, and that was kind of fun. It's a thing where you can get brunch and a flight, although we only had 1 mimosa, but you can get a flight of mimosas. It's pretty amazing. I'm anxious to go back another time when no children are involved. So anyway, okay, I am about to flip my camera around. So I'm just clearing off my desk so it looks neater. Oh, right. Woo! Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, I see you guys are signing up for the party already. That's awesome. Give me a little time. I'll get you on there tonight. It takes a little time to get everybody on, but we'll get there. Okay, here we go. So our first thing is I've got 2 stamp sets to give away. My first one is the Time for Tea stamp set, which is really a pretty one. This one is going to go to Barbara Bachman. Barbara, you can claim your prize by emailing me your mailing address. Make sure you give me your mailing address. Not everybody does that. But here you go. Somebody's asking if the catalog party is for demonstrators and customers, and the answer is yes. It's for everybody. Everybody is welcome. Okay, the next one is the bokeh dots. This is one of my faves. You know what? I need to pull this out and use it a little bit more than I do. And that is going to go to Rana Green. So congratulations, both of you ladies, Barbara Bachman and Rana Green. Make sure you email me your mailing address so that I can get these out to you. Even if you think I have your address, please email it to me. It just makes it so much quicker for us to get this packaged up and mailed out to you right away. And we've got mail going out tomorrow. So if you're Johnny on the spot, you're going to have this package before you know it. And just email me at my email there. Sorry, my finger was on top of it. So congratulations, ladies. Now, if you want to get entered into a drawing for free stamps, all you need to do is share my video or order through my online store and you will be entered. So awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, ladies, you've got 2 weeks to do this, so make sure you get on it. Next up, I have so many fun things to share, including my favorite, airmail. This is so awesome. This is from my sweet friend, and look at, I haven't even opened it. Well, I haven't opened this because I knew as soon as I did, my kids would be all over it. So I'm kind of trying to hold out. But this was from my sweet friend, Tracy. She lives in Australia. And Tracy, actually, I have a little package getting ready to send you out. I'm kind of excited about it too. So thank you. But Tracy sent me this beautiful card in my favorite colors because she knows me so well. And I actually have met Tracy. Today I talked to a lady and she's on here today. She was so cute. She goes, I feel like I know you even though we've never met. And I get that all the time. I do share all kinds of information about me. So it is kind of like that. But Tracy sent me this beautiful card with such a sweet message in it. And you guys, look at this. She got me these Oreo dipped in chocolate cookies, which P.S. We're just going to have one right now. Ooh. Well, that's pretty good. What more could you ask for? And then she sent me these Tim Tams. My kids are always in on the Tim Tams. And also, Tracy, you packaged this amazing. Everything came perfect. So that was so sweet of you. I really appreciate it. It is so fun. One of the kind of weird perks of my job is that I get mail from all over the world, and I so appreciate it. So thank you very much, Tracy. Ooh, white chocolate, or white Tim Tams. I'm assuming that's white chocolate. And chocolate mint Tim Tams. Wow, awesome. So good. My kids will be excited too. I usually have one Tim Tam and then they have the rest, but that's okay. All right. So there we go. Well, I have to talk to everybody, Kim. So there's that card. Then I also had a bunch of other cards to share with you. This one is from Kim, bless her heart. Also so pretty. Look at that. She even did the envelope, you guys. The envelope was inside a package. That's why it looks so fancy. But she made this beautiful card. Isn't this gorgeous? With an embossing folder from the Celebration catalog. And of course, my favorite color. But she had such a sweet message in here. Also sent me some Tim Tams. So thank you, Kim. Again, my kids will love them. I will tell you, though, if you send me Oreos, those will not get shared. I'm just saying. Okay. Next up, I have a whole stack of cards, you guys. It was pretty awesome. Okay, here's a really sweet card. This one is from, and I think it's Dottie. I hope that's how I'm saying your name right, but she's so sweet. I love this. I want to be you when I grow up. I thought that was so cute. So she sent me this beautiful, that's the Petal Promenade, or Beautiful Promenade printed paper. Then this card, look at this. It's so pretty. This came from Stampin' Up. This is from Shannon West. Many of you guys know who she is. She works for Stampin' Up, but she sent me a really sweet card because she was not at the home office the day I was visiting, and so I missed her, and I was so sad to miss her, but she sent me a really sweet card, so that was very nice. And look at this. Here's another really cute birthday card. I think this is from Chris. I hope it is, Chris. You can tell me. Yes, it is from Chris because she signed the back. There, sometimes people put their message, like on a separate piece of paper. So I don't know that, but this is a fun opening. Actually, I've been thinking I needed to recreate that soon. And then here is a beautiful card. I think, yep, this is from Carol for my birthday. Carol is a very avid participant in our rack list on my Stamping with the Creativity Cave page. So thank you so much, Carol. I love seeing all the cards that you mail out each month, and I am so grateful whenever I get one from you. So thank you. Here is another beautiful card. This is from Barbara. She is also, well, she's on my team, and I like this. She has this little message in here that she wrote. I didn't sign this card before giving it to you. Instead, it holds my warmest thoughts. Invisible, pardon me, but true. I can't read. If you find you need this card to brighten someone's day, just take this card, sign it, and send it on its way. Happy birthday. So what she's doing is she's leaving the card blank so that you can reuse the card. Isn't that clever? And the cute little saying is so sweet. So that is awesome, Barbara. Here's another gorgeous card. This one is from Paula. Paula is so sweet. She's on my team too. And I love this. She colored this with the Stampin' blends, and it looks fabulous. She did a wonderful job. Here's another beautiful card. This one is from Janet. Oh, Janet is also on my team. She's so sweet too. I was so excited because I got to meet Janet in April. She came to Minneapolis for the onstage event that we had there, so that was really sweet. But she lives in California. That is dedication. So sweet. All right, look at this beautiful card. This is with the detailed floral thinlits, I think is the name of them. This is from Patty. So sweet. She, of course, used my favorite colors too. In fact, she inspired. I did a card over the weekend. I don't know if I have, well, I have one of the versions of it right here. This is not the complete card, but I made a card similar to this weekend, and it was sort of inspired by this card that was sitting on my desk. I added another color to it, but I loved those happy bright colors. Speaking of, here's some more. Another fun card with the cute little belly band. This one, oh, who is this from? Oh yeah, Deb. Should have remembered that. She wrote me a really sweet message. Deb is also on my team. So that was a thank you card she'd sent. This card and coordinating envelope, isn't that pretty? Again, with my favorite colors, is from Felicia. Now, Felicia, you guys are all going to feel terrible for her because she is in Hawaii right now, and we are all feeling awful that she has to suffer through such a horrible situation as being in Hawaii right now. I'm not sure why she's there, but I told her I was jealous because I am. So good for you, Felicia. And thank you for that card. It's beautiful. Another beautiful card. This is featuring the new Magnolia Lane. Wait, is that what it's called? Good Morning, Magnolia. Magnolia Lane is the printed paper. This new stamp set, we're actually going to stamp with this in a little bit. This one was from Lisa. And actually, I think I saw Lisa pop on here. Lisa is so sweet. She's on my friend Kelly's team. Look at this beautiful card. This is with the tulip set that was a host set a couple years ago. Oh, look, there's a check in here. I should probably keep that. This is from my sweet friend Bobby, who's from my old home, or my old town, I guess. So thank you so much, Bobby. I love this card. So cute. Another sweet card came from Jerry, and I think you're on here too, Jerry. Jerry, don't you live in California, don't you, my dear? I think so. So that is sweet. I appreciate the card. Another sweet card. By the way, this one's pretty exciting too. This is from my sweet Jenna. She's also on my team. Jenna used one of our new stamp sets called To a Wild Rose. And this is actually, I'll pull the set out so you can see it. Well, you'll be seeing a lot of this one from me. This is a set that is my friend Mary Ellen Byler's $1 Million Stamp set. And she created the stamp set for her $1 million celebration, and she's getting married today. So that's kind of exciting. So congratulations, Mary Ellen. But this is the card Jenna made for me, and I have to say I absolutely love it. And it's one of those pop and twist cards. So good job, Jenna. She did a great, beautiful job on this card. I love it. And if you want a tutorial on how to make this pop and twist card, just watch my Simple to Stunning Sundays video from yesterday. Here's another fun fold for a really cute card. This one is from Veronica, who's also on my team. So super cute. I love that. That's our Happiness Blooms printed paper. And here's another sweet card. I think this one was from, Beverly. I always worry that I'm going to say the wrong name. So here we go. So this is from Beverly. Thank you so much, my dear Beverly. I love you so much. And then I had to show you this. Now this is not a handmade card, I realize, but this is from my good friend Pam. She's actually on my team, but she sent me a store-bought card, and we will not judge because that is how we roll here. But look at this, you guys, because I just had to show it to you. And we used to actually have a die that did this, but it was a little complicated. But look at that. The die we had was, it was kind of like this. It was a little different, but I love this. It's so fun. So isn't that cute? And then the message actually pulls out like that. Isn't that cool? So I thought it's got like a little pocket with the card in the message in it. So I thought that was really fun. But I thought that was pretty cool. So there you go, guys. Lots of mail. It's really kind of after my birthday, things have really kind of slowed down. Poor me, right? I know. I'm kidding. No big deal, but it is so fun to get so much mail. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Whenever you send me things, it just brightens up my day. All right. Now I have some really pretty projects to stamp with you today. I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to do one retiring. Well, actually a couple things that are retiring. But then everything else is going to be mainly from the new catalog. But I did just have to put my shameless plug in once more for a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. And honestly, the coordinating framelits, but I'm not showcasing the framelits in this particular project. And that is the Floral Frames stamp set. The framelits are available on the discount price. So this is so cool. I love these framelits though. The framelits are almost as good as the stamp set, to be honest. You can see I need to put these in like a clear envelope, but I put all my extra pieces in my stamp set so that I can use it down the road. But this is a gorgeous stamp set, and I'm kicking myself a little bit because I didn't use it enough, I guess. I don't know. But I really, really, really like this stamp set. So we're going to make a beautiful card with it today. So I'm just putting this on my block, and then I gotta move my Tim Tams. Hold on. My Tim Tams were in the way of the rest of my stuff. All right, now on here, I'm gonna stamp this in Memento ink pad or ink on a piece of Whisper White. That is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then I'm going to color it with my Stampin' blends. And I have kind of a cool technique to share with you that makes it extra beautiful. Okay, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? Right there. It's just pretty. Oh. Okay. Now we're going to use our lovely lipstick, Mango Melody, and Granny Apple Green, and Pool Party combos for our blends, okay? And I get asked a lot questions about using blends. I love blends. I can't get enough of them. I can't wait to order the new ones that are coming in the new catalog. Don't ask me what colors they are because I have no idea. I can't tell you, although I know several of the new colors are coming. There was a question. Oh, shoot. I'm doing this wrong. Okay. I already messed this up. So we're going to try once more. Hold on. Oh, look. Whew. Okay. Don't you hate it when you messed up? It's not like that's bad, but I wanted to do it slightly different. And actually, I didn't stamp it quite the way I wanted it either. So here's where we're going to fix two mistakes on that. First of all, I'm going to stamp it up a little higher because it's pretty. And then I'm going to have room down here because I want to tie a ribbon towards the bottom. And then second of all, I wanted to color some of these flowers pink and some of them yellow. So now we'll do a little do-over. Let's start once more. Okay. So I'm using Lovely Lipstick on here to start with, like so. So I'm going to start with my dark Lovely Lipstick, and then I will blend it out with my light. And whenever you're blending, you want to go over that blend area of the dark well so that the colors blend together. So I go over that repeatedly. You also want to go out to just about the edge. Sometimes I leave just a little bit of white space and then it blends out. If you want even more color, you can like color graduation, you can either add color lifter or come back and add a little more dark over the first part that you did dark, if that makes sense. Because that will actually add a little more color, because sometimes when you blend, you lighten up that dark area. Does that make sense? I hope so. Sometimes I go over it. I'll show you on this bigger flower. It's not as evident on the small areas of stuff, but you can see here, this is going to show up just a little darker again. So there you go. Awesome. Okay. And then next up, I'm going to use my dark, do the same thing. What I love about blends is, first of all, I think they're easy to use. Second of all, this is funny. I was talking to my sister on the phone yesterday, and she could hear me coloring, you know, the squeaky sound. That sound. And she's like, "What are you coloring?" And I said, "An awesome card, of course." I thought that was funny that she heard me. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish blending those. Excellent. Next up, I'm gonna do the leaves. So just like always, I'll do the dark color first. And depending on how true to shading you want to be, you can have either just part of these be dark and the rest be light, or you can actually, you know, consider the light source and all of that business. I kind of do a combination of the two depending on how official I'm feeling. As I always say, there's no judging at the Creativity Cave. So if your shading isn't true to life, that's okay. It's just a stamped card. And anytime you have shading at all, it makes it look more amazing anyway. So just don't worry. But you can always consider where the light source might be coming from. So say if it was coming from here, you would want everything on the top sides of the petals to be lighter and then the bottom sides to be darker. But that's just kind of a little bit of a rule of thumb. Like I said, we're pretty low key here at the Creativity Cave. I'm just saying. Now I am going to give you one other suggestion on coloring here that really makes an enormous difference, and you're going to see it here in just a second. And that is, we're going to add a shadow or like almost a halo of color to this, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But I'm going to show you this version and then my completed card so you can really appreciate the difference, because it is kind of impressive actually what this does. So that looks pretty good. Now on all of these little deuter bobbers, I'm just gonna dot some color. It's really hard to stay in the line, so I'm not even bothering. So if you go out, that's okay, but I just want to put a little color in each of these teeny little leaf bud things, branchy whatevers. You like my personal terminology for this stuff, don't you? Okay, so there we go. Pretty good. I don't think I colored that one. There, we got it. All right, now here is my before, and then here is my after. Do you see the difference? Do you see what we added? And that is this halo of pool party. Okay, so whenever you're coloring something, if you can add just a little bit of a halo around it, it will make everything really pop off that page. So let me demonstrate. Now the key to doing this is making sure it stays very soft and subtle. You don't want it to be a slap across the face. You just want it to be a subtle, pretty touch. Okay, so we're going to start with the dark pool party, which is already pretty light, to be honest with you. But we're just going to add a light little halo around, okay? And I'm going from this circle outward, just like a teeny little bit, okay? As well as from the image itself. So I've got both the flowers and the leaves, just a teeny tiny, eeny weeny little layer of color. And then what we're going to do is blend that color out with the light pool party. And then the real key to the success of this is we're going to also add another layer coming out of color lifter. Okay, so I'm going to go about another 1/8 of an inch, give or take. Okay, now it's a little bit less critical as you're going around these things, but you just want a little expansion of your halo. And then I'm really going to soften this with my color lifter. That's the key, is the color lifter. Because you want it to kind of dilute into almost nothing. Okay, so are you ready? And actually, I'm going to do one more little touch right here. This leaf needed just a little touch. Okay, so the color lifter, you're going to go and just go over that border once more. And what it does is it softens the line so it's not like an actual ring around everything. So it's kind of, the color just sort of fades into nothing. That's what we're going for here. Because we don't want it to be a ring, but we want to see that color just sort of disappear. And really the only job that it serves is to make our project pop. And doesn't it pop now? Oh my gosh. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Now, if you need to, you can come back and do a little bit more blending. But I've also noticed is as it dries, it just kind of works. All right, so let's finish this card up because we're actually just about done. We're going to add our sentiment, which is stamped in lovely lipstick. We should probably get a block though, just because that's how I roll. So I'll just stamp hello on there. Beautiful. Then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my a panel of Melon Mambo. So I'll use my glue. Oopsies. And I've got just a slightly larger piece. So this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 Melon Mambo. And then I've got a lovely lipstick card base. So I'll fold this over. And then I'm actually going to take those flower images from our stamp set here and stamp the corners. This just kind of ties everything together on our card, and I think it's a nice little touch. So I'll use that lovely lipstick and stamp those beautiful flowers here in the corner, like so, and then again down here. You don't need a ton of them, just a little touch so that you can see that design pulled through. And then lastly, we're going to tie a little bit of ribbon on here. I'm using our white classic weave ribbon. This is getting discontinued, and I'm actually kind of already suffering some withdrawal symptoms because I love this ribbon. It's just soft and subtle, and it goes with everything. I don't know why they're getting rid of it. And there's not like a new white ribbon that's amazing to replace it. So this would probably be, this is on my list of stuff you might want to pick up. Of course, you're going to want to shop my online store because I would really appreciate it. Oh, don't get your strings in your ink pad. I know I might need to take this sweater off just because of that. Or my finger, my middle knuckle. Ugh! Doesn't it make you mad when a masterpiece turns into a disaster? The strings are clear. Okay, first of all, I'm taking off my sweater. Second of all, I didn't even have the ink pad open, and this still was a problem. It's already put away on my shelf. Okay, so first of all, we're going to try and recover from this. Let's see if we can cover this up with our ribbon. Ugh! This is the second time I've done that because yesterday I dropped my ink pad on my pop and twist card. You know, the one that takes forever to make. Well, it doesn't take forever, but it took a while. I cannot believe that happened. My dog is like, what's going on? Okay. And of course, this ribbon laid all perfect instead of all wonky. But look at that. If we do a little touching up, use the white chalk marker over it. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to work. But look at that. That is going to cover it up pretty well. This is probably going to work better than anything. So there we go. All right, we're turning lemons into lemonade here, people. But I am going to get rid of this piece of paper right here. Okay. Yeah, I could cut the bottom off. I don't want to do it right now just because you guys are watching. Okay, I have to guard my sample with my life. This is the final version. No ink issues or anything. As one of my friends said, well, you just send this card to somebody you don't like as much. So I guess having said that, I don't know if I should send it now because I just told you I might send it to somebody I don't like as much. There we go. It's not so bad. Could be worse. All right. I know I hate that too. Poopy. Okay. I'm done now. All right. Next up, I want to showcase for you a new stamp set that is called Sailing Home. I will have an online class for this one. It probably will be in July, though. And this is such a great set for man cards, of course. And a little birdie told me that the framelit for this lighthouse fits our other lighthouse stamp set that I know a lot of you have. So I think that's pretty awesome. Deb, wouldn't a sand eraser remove it? You know what? It's so saturated. I don't actually think it would get it all the way out before you got through all the layers of cards of the card stock. So it's no biggie. All right, guys. So you can see the framelits on this are awesome. But we're going to use this Sailboat and then a couple others. And also, I think this would make a really great graduation card. And I don't know about you, but this is the graduation season. It is here. Ella went to a couple of graduation parties over the weekend. So the nice part about living in this new town is we don't know anybody yet. So we haven't been going to graduation parties ourselves. But next year I hope you guys will be there for me because my daughter will be graduating and I'm already crying thinking about it. Okay. So I'm going to start with a piece of Whisper White that I think is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Yep. And I'm going to stamp the Sailboat in Night of Navy ink. And you know how when you stamp like a flower vase or something or a pot, I teach you to ground it. Likewise, when you stamp a sailboat, you need to not ground it but water it. Now to do that, the easiest way is to put some water. Am I going to make Ella's graduation announcements? I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I'm just going to paint that ocean. Just smear it a little bit. And then look, it's like water. It's very subtle, but it works. Okay, I'm also going to take, there's this little, whatever that is, compass. What do you call those things? Is that the right word? I don't know. I'm going to stamp that in Balmy Blue. I'm going to stamp off a layer of ink though, because otherwise it's pretty dark. But we'll just stamp that on there like so. And then we're going to add our sentiment over the top. Now here, this is a good graduation. Set sail in the direction of your dreams. I think that is a great graduation announcement, or not announcement, but card for a graduate. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to adhere this to a layer of Night of Navy cardstock. Where did my glue go? Ooh, like so. And then I'll adhere that down. I did get a little glue right there, so I'm just going to rub it off with my finger. We're good to go. Okay, now I'm going to make my card base out of crumb cake. And then there is some beautiful printed paper that coordinates with this, and I'm going to take a little piece of this that is 3 by 5 inches, and I'm going to cut a banner out of it. This is too wide to fit in my banner, triple banner punch, so I'm just going to cut it freehand. But when you cut from put the center up and then cut in from each corner, you get a perfect banner. So that works. Although this is not perfect at all. So let's fix it. There we go. Okay. I'm also going to curl this slightly because that's also how I roll. All right. And on the back side is this pretty cool map pattern. So that's kind of neat. Okay. So we'll just adhere this. We're just going to close this ink pad. Okay. And then there's also some baker's twine that coordinates with this. Sweet. So we're going to just tie a bow with that baker's twine and add that to our card too. I like to add this with a glue dot to just kind of stick it in place. Okay. Good. You guys like compass? Perfect. So we'll pop this layer up onto our card because I literally don't make cards that aren't popped up somewhere. It's pretty rare anyway. I can't imagine. I do go through a lot of dimensionals. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. All right. Then I'm just going to glue dot that onto my card like so. Alrighty. Isn't that pretty? So a really simple card, but very nice. Of course, this would be a nice graduation card, but Father's Day or a masculine birthday, really anything. But I know masculine cards are always tricky, so I think that's a great card. All right, next up, there's this new set, and this is pretty cool. I just pulled this out. I haven't even... well, this is the only thing I've made with it. And what I love about it is that it is just got some cool design elements. And hold on a second. Woo! Oh my gosh, are you guys there? My battery is running low, so I need to plug my phone in, and I knocked my phone over. So sorry about that. Okay, but this Petals and Parcels, and what I love about it is it's got these cool little watercolory flowers. That's pretty, but it's got this cool geometric image that I just love. But then it's got some really awesome sentiments. Now it comes with a box die, and when you cut 2 of these, you can create a cute little box. Now I have not done that yet because, as I said, I just pulled this out. You can see my little virgin framelits, but it also comes with this cool label. Well, actually there's 2 labels, this one and this one. There's a little tag topper and then this cool geometric-y thing, whatever that is. I don't know. I like it. So let me show you how this comes together in a cool little card. That box is going to be pretty fun to play with, though. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so I'm going to start in this card with a piece of 3 3/4 by 5 Whisper White cardstock. And then I'm going to use some smoky slate ink and that neat little geometric bordery design, whatever we want to call that. Okay, I'm going to stamp this. It's a little dirty, so hold on. I'm going to stamp this in my smoky slate, and I'll stamp off a layer first. Sorry, I didn't ink that up very evenly. Okay. And actually, I'm going to flip this around and do it this way so I can see what I'm stamping. But I'm just going to stamp this at the bottom. Okay, stamp it off a layer, and then stamp once again on, I guess it's not the bottom, it's going to be on the side, but I did it at the bottom so I could get it lined up straight. Okay, so I like the look of that. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to then take and stamp, oops, I wanted to put this away. That pad has caused me enough problems. I'm putting it away. The next thing that I want to do is take this floral image, and I wanted to stamp it both on my background piece of paper as well as my stitched nested label. These are brand new, amazing dies. These are like my new favorite. I love them so much. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use my Stamparatus. Okay. The reason is because I want to, let's see, I did have this set up at one point. What I want to do with this is stamp both the label and the background here with the image so that it's in the same place. And then there we go. I had it upside down. And then I'll stamp it on my label. So this will all make sense in just a second. Okay, so I'm picking that up. Okay, and I'm going to ink it up with my crushed curry cardstock. Okay, and then I'm going to throw my scrap paper in there because I actually don't want it on the scrap. Oh no, actually that's not true. Never mind. Kidding. Don't ignore that. I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so there is my little flower thing. Okay, now I'm not re-inking, but I'm going to place this label right here. I just want to make sure it's kind of straight. And then again, not re-inking, but I'm stamping it once more. So I get a stamped off layer and then it lines up. Okay. All right. So I'll pull that out and I'm going to add my sentiment from this stamp set. Now this one I'm going to stamp in my smoky, actually I'm going to stamp it in my basic gray. I want it to be a little darker. So we'll stamp this right across the center, like so. Somebody loves you lots and lots, so that's nice. Who wouldn't like getting that card? Okay, now I'm going to pop this up on top of my label. And then we're going to embellish a little bit. Now on here, I've got it lined up. There we go. I'm going to use some of my metallic pearls. I want the gold ones. And we'll just add a bunch of these. Yes, this one is called Petals and Parcels. Okay, so I'm going to put a little pearl in the center of those flowers. And then I'm just going to add a few more on my card, like so. And then maybe a couple more up here. Oh my gosh, I forgot the best part of the whole card. Seriously, Dina, I don't know how you function. Okay. The best part of the whole card, because it's hiding underneath my cardstock, is this. I die cut this funky little piece. We're going to add it below here. So we're just going to pull this card apart. Ooh. Come on. There we go. It's like I planned it this way. All right. Now we're adding that on top. That makes it way cooler. Can't believe I forgot the best part of the whole thing. Sheesh. All right. Well, maybe it will stick down okay. We might be good. Okay, I was going to bring in another dimensional to kind of fix things. Okay, so that looks good. Now we've got those little speckles from the stamp, but I kind of wanted to build off of that just a touch. And I'm going to do a little spritzing with my marker. Okay, so this is crushed curry, and I'm just going to spritz that, oops, on there once. So you can see the sparkles or spritzes, whatever they are, they're kind of all over. And how did I get more ink on me? That's not that color. Sheesh. All right, I'm also going to do a little spritzing of Clear Wink of Stella. So I'll just smack this against my marker. And then this is giving me little sparkly spritzes as well. So hopefully you can kind of see those little spritzes on there. So really pretty. Isn't that awesome? Okay. And this one is going to go on a layer of Saffron cardstock. Like so. And then I'm going to pop this up onto my crushed curry card base. So really pretty and kind of different, I think. Okay. I'll pop this up. Oh, there was one other thing. Somebody had asked about washi tape. That was one of the requests today, was washi tape. I gotta get that, fit that in. There we go. Oh, isn't that a pretty card? I really like this one. And yes, this is in the new catalog. Yep. So Parcels and, wait, is that what it's called? Let me pull it out for you again. Parcels and Petals. So it's got that box die in it with a couple label images. and it's really pretty. So there we go. So that one, yep, that starts tomorrow. All right, next up, we're going to do a little watercoloring. So one of the requests somebody had was for me to do a little heat, well, I assume it was heat embossing. I guess I tried to get a clarifying answer from the person who posted that and didn't. She must not have seen my comment, but I assume she just wanted to learn how to heat emboss. So this is a really great technique, especially if you are a new stamper. But we're going to emboss something and then we're going to watercolor it because that's one of my favorite reasons to emboss something. All right, so to start with, I'm going to use my embossing buddy. Now this is an important tool for embossing. It's just a little pad. It's a little pouchy thing that's got some powder in it, like real fine powder. And I'm just going to rub it over my cardstock. Now this is what is this? This is watercolor paper. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp my image in Versamark. And I'm going to use that great big Magnolia from the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. And this is going to be an online class that I have this month in June. So those details will be posted soon. Okay, and then how did I get this to fit on here? Probably about like that. Okay, so it's a really big image. And so you actually are going to need to stamp this with the big background block. It does not fit on a smaller block. It's that big. Ooh. So there you go. I'm putting my back into it. Ugh. Okay. Think that's good. And then I'm going to grab my embossing powder. Ha ha. So I've got gold embossing powder. Okay, so for this, what I like to do is just scoop this on. So you need to use an ink that will stay wet long enough for you to apply the embossing powder. And Versamark or our white craft ink will work wonderfully. Our regular classic ink, generally speaking, does not work. However, you can use your Stamparatus and stamp it in that classic ink it up again in Versamark, and then heat emboss it with like clear powder. That would work if you wanted the color of ink to be shown through. Okay. All right. So there we go. That's going to be gold. So let's heat it. Now, normally I heat from behind, but because this is watercolor paper, it's thicker and it won't melt. So you want to heat from top. And the reason we use that embossing buddy is because there's oils in our hands that even if your hands are clean, there's oils in there that will get onto your cardstock, and then the embossing powder sticks to that. And you don't want that because it'll make your image not as pretty. So that embossing buddy does a really good job of getting rid of those extra stray flecks of powder. On an image like this, it's not nearly as evident, but on a real crisp, clean, fine line, detailed image, it can be a problem. Okay. So that's pretty. So I just embossed that in gold, okay? And now we're going to do a little watercoloring. Now, one of my kind of favorite color combinations, and P.S., we're not making this true to real life, like at all, because magnolias don't come in this color as far as I know. Of course, I don't know anything, but what does it look like when you burn it? I would say, well, a couple things, Joyce. If you have old embossing powder, it can look real like dingy looking. Usually if you burn it, you more evaporate the powder. It like literally you kind of lose the image. But if you have old embossing powder, that can be the culprit. It's not necessarily that you burnt it, it's that your powder's old. So if your powder is like several years old, I would maybe invest in some new stuff. I had a big, huge tub of embossing powder and I threw it away because it was looking horrible anymore. It just wasn't shiny. It was like dull and antique looking actually, which is not what we were going for. Okay, so I've got this gorgeous Magnolia flower, although we're going to color it differently, not Magnolia like, because I'm pretty sure Magnolias are supposed to be white, maybe with a little pink or yellow in them, but we're going to color this one with some real color. Okay, so I'm going to use Melon Mambo, Calypso Coral, and Rich Razzleberry. You know, I didn't know that it could get old either, Joyce. I think it's just a matter of, oh, and I'm going to add one more color to this, and that is crushed curry. I think it just, yeah, it just, I don't know if the chemical composition changes or what. I'm not sure. But that's been my experience, and it's not pretty anymore. Okay, so we're going to color with our aqua painters and our ink pads. You can see I squeezed the lid to all of my ink pads here. And now what I'm going to do is take and use my aqua painter. And I'm going to actually just add some water all over the flower part. I'm not doing the leaves yet, just the flower itself. Now what this does is it's called a wet in wet technique. And so you get a beautiful color that blends. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest color and I'm just going to add that, and look at it, just kind of fills up the different sections. What I love about embossing with watercoloring is that it kind of keeps things in each little section is kind of quarantined almost. Okay, so you can see I'm just adding a little bit of color, and look at how it's just kind of blending around. Isn't that beautiful? You don't see any color stripes or anything like that. Okay, I'm also grabbing, this is a little old burp rag from when my baby, who's now 13, was a baby. Okay, and now I'm going, and by the way, I'm going to keep adding water to this process. All right, so I just kind of pooled in some more water by squeezing my aqua painter. All right, next I'm going to pick up my next darkest color, which is a little bit of, what is this color? Calypso Coral. I knew it started with a C. And you can see it's just blending around. And by the way, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to this. I'm just kind of adding the color. This is, by the way, a super fun thing to experiment with. Okay, so there you go. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to add some Melon Mambo. And this will also be gorgeous. Just adding a little bit of that color. Now I do want to see each individual color that I've put on here. So I don't want it all, I want to see those individual colors. So you can see I'm not going over each one entirely. I'm letting them mix a little bit, but I do want, to see some of them. So I'm not over blending is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then finally I'm going to add some Rich Razzleberry. Now the first thing to remember when coloring is that, first of all, you can add different colors and let them blend. You can leave colors individually, like I mentioned, you want to do that so you can see them. But you can also leave white spaces, which I think is important to remember. So you can leave entire sections to be white on here. Now I want the center of this to be kind of dark. So I'm going to go over that with my aqua painter a little bit. But I can still pick up most of the individual colors on here. Okay, and then I'm going to get my brush really clean. Okay, I might add a little more pink. And a little more coral. Okay, now that one is getting a little muddy, so I'm going to take away some of this by dabbing it. Look at that. Cleaned that color right out. Now I can kind of come back and add some more to it, make it pretty. Get some more water in there. And maybe a little bit of yellow at the tip. Ooh. So pretty. Okay, so there we go. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to focus on the leaves. All right. And for this one, I'm going to squeeze my old olive ink pad, pick up a little bit of color. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to put water down. So hold on. Now, whenever you're adding water, you want it to be clean, clear water. So I'm doing that wet on wet technique. It needs to start out dry, or it needs to start out with clear water to get the wet on wet. Okay, I kind of blew that over here, but that's okay. But now I can come back and add a little bit of that olive. And you can see it just sort of spreads out on its own, which kind of gives you a pretty look. So I really like using that wet on wet technique. It works the best on this watercolor line art, but you can get it in other situations. Okay, this one I got a little too much water, so we're gonna suck some of it back up. It is helpful to have a paper towel or something like this. Did you see I got rid of so much right there? That was great. Okay, so then I can add a little more color back in. Now, if you're having trouble getting the vibrancy or intensity of the color that you want, you can take your re-inker and use your re-inker. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me grab mine. Ooh, my old olive bottles kind of seen better days. So I'm going to take this, let me scooch this over so you can see, and just put like a drop on here. You can also put a drop like on either a piece of like a clear envelope, something plastic, something non-porous, or like a stamp block. Right now my blocks are kind of dirty. I need to get them clean. Okay, so I'm just filling in the areas, and look at how pretty that all is. Oh my gosh, kind of amazing, isn't it? And you can see that was not a lot of talent. That was just kind of blending colors. Okay, now I want to heat set this just to dry it faster. So I'm gonna kind of use my heat gun. One thing is I don't want to melt the powder again. So I'm kind of moving from section to section, trying to get a little drying happening, and then moving to the next section just so I don't get any additional melting. Okay, that looks pretty good. Also, I'm going to wipe the very center of this. I put some dark ink on top, and you know what? I just kind of wiped it. That's not good. Now I actually do want to heat this up, so let's see if I can get it to melt again. Okay, so I got it to kind of remelt, and it's better. Okay, so that looks pretty good, right? Okay, now what I want to do is die cut this. Now, if I wasn't die cutting this, I would do that same technique I did on that first card with some pool party. Remember this halo business? I would put that, you know, around here. But because I'm going to die cut this, I'm not going to bother because it won't matter. The big question is, what happened to my die? Because it was out here, and I think it might be under something. So give me just a second while I find my die. I hate when that happens. I should have known it was going to happen. In fact, right before I went live, I was like, oh, I should put this back by my big shot and then I won't lose it. Did I do that though? No. Okay, we'll close some of these ink pads because that's always a good idea. And then here, ha ha, ha ha ha. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to die cut this and I'll be right back. So just give me 1 second. Okay, now I know someone said, ooh, what about a stem? Good question. We can add that in. This, well, the soft slate, that'll work. I'm gonna pick up a little brown and stamp it, or color it in there. Good call on the stem. Okay, now for this, what I wanted to do, or what I did, was I die cut a frame. So I took a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece and then I die cut a stitched rectangle out of it to create this picture frame, or not picture frame, but frame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this kind of over the top like so. Okay. And then what I want to do is create a background that is watercolored to go underneath it. And I just need to verify that this is the right size. And yes, that will work. Okay, so for my background, here is where I'm going to use my pool party. Okay, so I'm going to take some pool party ink and just put down some water, because this will give me, oops, I want to get more water down before. So just squeeze your aqua painter, get that water on there, and then I'm just going to get a pretty little wash. Now, I don't need it to be everywhere, but this will just give me a subtle little background wash of color. That will be really pretty. You can see it's pretty light. You don't see a ton of it. I might just add a little more color. Hold on. Squeeze that ink pad to the lid. I'm just going to add a little more color. What's nice about this is you don't get those streaky lines. And again, this is all because of watercolor paper. Now they are discontinuing the Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper, and they have some kind of replacement in the new catalog. I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming it will be wonderful and everything will be happy, so don't worry about it. Okay, so there's that. We're going to heat that with heat gun again, just to make sure it's nice and dry. Still a little moist. Okay, so there we go. Now I've got my frame, remember that? And then that's going to go over the top. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to add a bunch of dimensionals on here. You could use the foam adhesive strips. The only thing that's keeping me from doing that is those strips are just a little thicker than these are, our dimensionals are. And I don't want to use them only because that's a little more thickness than I want, because I'm also going to pop up my Magnolia on here, and then I don't want to get into a situation where it gets too thick. Okay. But this is going to be a stunner. I just know it. All right. And then this I'm going to use, you can also use your edge pieces for this. So I'll just put that edge piece and a little smaller one right here. This end of the rectangle is just a little skinnier. Okay. So now we'll take all of these off and set this down over our beautiful watercolor wash. Oh, so pretty. Okay, now this Magnolia set is stunning, you guys. It's so beautiful, and there's so many different things you can do with this to make just really outstanding cards. I can't wait for you to see the projects we're going to make in the class, because they're going to be pretty awesome. Okay, I'm just kind of getting this a little flatter because it warps a little when you watercolor. Okay, so there we go. There's my frame just popped up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take and pop my beautiful flower up on here. So the petal or the leaves are going to pop this up. So it's kind of floating above everything. And put some dimensionals on here. Let's see. Just trying to remember how I had this. Now I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on here so that it's, there we go, popped up nicely. And then I'll put a dimensional over here. So this card is just so pretty, and it's for somebody special, of course. But it's just so beautiful. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals in that center spot as well, just because that's going to be popped up. There we go. I just need one more over here. I'm going to do about half of that one. And then I need one over here. Then I think I've got it. Okay. Oh, so pretty. All right. Now I'm going to put this on a Whisper White thick cardstock or card base. So I'll fold that using my bone folder to get a good crisp. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to put it on a crumb cake card base because I think this will actually make it even fancier. Oh yeah. I really want it to pop. Okay. So we'll put some glue. And center that up on here like so. And then we'll take off the backings of all of our dimensionals and hopefully get it lined up. So you can see I just kind of tested the position So I knew where to put those dimensionals. It's my double. Okay, and then I'm leaving a little room at the bottom so that I can stamp a sentiment through there. Okay. Oh, isn't that pretty? I'm kind of proud of myself. Not bad, Dina. Okay, now we've got thanks, hello, thinking of you, enjoy today. I don't want any of those words. I want something a little smaller. Is really what I want. Let's see here. Ooh, I just don't know. For you, that might work. This is a pretty little for you from my Beauty Abounds. Suppose we could put birthday wishes on there. That's pretty too. That would go. I like that. Actually, let's do that. Birthday wishes. Final answer. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to stamp this in early espresso because I think it'll look good on here. Okay. Now here, I'm going to move this so I can get this down. Sticking my butt out. Phew. Oh, goodness. I didn't want to have to come that far and then have it not work. Okay. So there we go. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So birthday wishes. So pretty. You could add some like a ribbon or something on here, but you know what? I love it as it is. I'm going to leave it be. I think it's so gorgeous, but I am going to add one thing, and that is some clear wink of Stella. We're going to make this shimmer because I think this is worthy of some shimmer and shine. So this technique, again, was wet on wet, and it's a good one to just kind of play with, experiment with, till you're comfortable with it. And you'll see on here, there's a whole bunch of clear white spaces on here. That's okay. You don't have to have every square inch colored. You can sometimes pick up the color though. But there, that little extra shimmer is perfect. Okay. And I think I will spritz on here too with my marker or with my shimmer. Just adding some spritzes. Okay. So there we go. So you can see there's some splatters of shimmer on there. So pretty. I hope you guys liked this one. All right. I'm going to do one more quick card. This one is going to be with some washi tape, and it's going to be really easy. Okay. All right. On this one, let's see. I'm looking on the side of my table, like what do I have loose on here? So washi tape is fun. Ooh, kind of some fun stuff. Let's see. Oh, I know. Okay, so I've got a stitched oval in Whisper White. And I'm going to stamp this because, oh, here, this is going to kill two birds with one stone. I had somebody ask for, they didn't know how to line up the abstract impressions. And here is the answer to that. You don't. Abstract impressions does not need to be lined up. In fact, there isn't really a way to line it up exactly. There kind of is. You can line up this little guy on each of them. But honestly, I don't think you need to line it up at all. This is my favorite stamp set. And I haven't used it in like at least a week, so time to get it out again. Let's see, this is what I want. And then it does have a really wonderful sentiment in it that'll, well, actually, I'm going to do this other one. Kindness changes everything is great, but I'm going to do the if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000 because I think this is a nice sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp my flowers on here. What color should I use? Tell me a color. Anybody? So notice, by the way, when you mount your stamps, I've got that little thing down here and that little thing down here. If you put it on your blocks funny like this, it's a little bit trickier to do. Is Abstract Impressions retiring? Absolutely not. Nope, this has been an incredibly popular set, so no, it's still in the catalog. Okay, Diane asked for purple. Purple it is. Okay, so I'm going to stamp some Highland Heather. And I'm going to stamp off my first layer for this bold image. Okay, and then I'm going to do it full strength on top. Okay, and do you see it doesn't really line up exactly perfectly, and that is just kind of by design. All right, now I'm also going to add to it some Coastal Cabana, because let's be honest, I haven't used it in like all day today. Where did my stamps go? Oh, I'm going to pull out one of my smaller flowers on here. Actually, no, I'm going to stamp, a little butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that off. There's my butterfly. I'm going to do the wings full strength. And am I blowing anybody's mind right now with the fact that this is a butterfly? Because sometimes I do surprise people. Okay, there's the wings in detail. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment going across here. And well, actually, I got to add my leaves. Hold on. And I already got ink on myself. Jeez. Okay. Where did my leaves go? Oh, I haven't put them on a block. That's my problem. By the way, my stamps have been well loved. So sometimes they're not very inky, or they don't stick very well. I'm sorry, that's what I was trying to say. So the solution to that is to wash them with some Dawn dish soap. And then they will, oops, I'm actually supposed to stamp it like that. They will stick again, okay? That's what I mean by that is they're not sticking to the block anymore. And so to get them to work on the block, or stick on the block again, just wash them in some dish soap. And then they'll be tacky once more. Okay, I'm going to take my memento and stamp my sentiment right over the top of this. Like so. Okay? Oh, so pretty. All right. Now, next up, what I want to do is add this to a piece of Whisper White cardstock, but I really want it to set off from the background, okay? So to do that, I'm going to take my washi tape, and I'm using, this is the black, basic black washi, okay? All right, so for this, I will take an, ooh, this, I'm going to put this piece all the way across, like so. And what I love about washi is you can just kind of throw it on the back, like that. And then I'm going to take this piece, and I'm just going to rip that end so I get kind of a torn look. And then I'm going to rip this end again for the torn look and stamp it or adhere it right there on my card. This is just a teeny bit longer than I want it, so I'm going to rip it once more. There we go. And so is that, for that matter. But I might just leave well enough alone. Okay. And then I'm going to take this one. As soon as I find the end, there it is. And likewise, I'll just rip that end so it's got that ripped edge. And put it off like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do is pop this up right on top. And it is a really cool background for my card, or for my image here. That's very pretty. And I especially love this black washi because it just makes everything pop. Okay. Now I'm going to adhere this to my card base, which is Highland Heather, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this up. By the way, Cynthia, I have a whole video on washi tape in my YouTube channel. So if you just search The Creativity Cave washi tape, you'll find my video. It's called a Friday Quickies Techniques and Tips video. It's actually one of my most popular videos I've ever done. And there are several cards on there that are pretty awesome. It's an older video. It's probably a couple years old now, but it's a good video. Okay, so I'll pop this whole layer up on my card as well, just because I like that look. And then whoever asked about the abstract impressions, I think the key to lining it up is not to worry about it. So isn't that awesome? You know what else we could add to this that would just be pretty? Is some clear Wink of Stella over our flowers and on our butterfly. And then my favorite is we can spritz it with some black. Okay, here again, this can be messy, but 2 little spritzes. And do you see all those little speckles on there? I think that looks awesome too. So, oh, there you go. So thank you guys. I hope you liked that. All right, now I'm going to bring in my cards. I had to clear off a little spot on my table here because it's kind of a mess. I'm going to bring in my cards and, ooh, I guess we're writing on a dirty sheet. That's fine. Okay, so we did our washi card. We did our stunning Magnolia card. We did our, uh-oh, what did I do with it? Ooh, I'm missing one of my cards. Here it is. Sending Lots of Love card. Our Sailboat card. And our beautiful floral hello that you would never know has this horrible little wart on it. Covered up with the ribbon. Okay, so there are our cards today. All right, so Don't forget to share, and you can do this on YouTube or Facebook. You'll be entered for free stamps. Those are the best kind. Let's see. Next up, the old catalog ends today. Sorry. And then the new catalog starts tomorrow at noon Mountain Time. Okay. Just so you know. We have a host code, but it's going to change tomorrow. So for today, I don't even have it handy, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about the host code. I don't have anything that you have to have it on, so it's okay. I have a grab bag for orders of $50 a plus for today. And then tomorrow, I will have a PDF tutorial for awesome ORIAL featuring new stamps in the catalog or new stamp sets. Okay. Product shares. Make sure you sign up. Also, I have my new catalog launch party. New catalog launch party. You can register for that. The link is in the description of this video. And I will also be sending an email tomorrow that will have all kinds of information in it about all the upcoming stuff. The new host code, my new color club, my online class for the Magnolia class, and all that stuff will be in there. So anyway, all that stuff will be on there. So if you haven't shopped tonight, make sure you get your order in. If you are holding out for tomorrow, be ready, but know that it's not till noon tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you all so much for stamping with me today. I really appreciate it. I will see you next Monday. Have a fabulous stamping week and happy new catalog. Love you all so much. Bye-bye.